Yo, if you feeling shitty about your life right now and you don't even want to even think about it or just deal with it because you know there's so many things that aren't where you want it to be and how you want it to be in your life, I want you to understand that first of all, you have everything that you need to create the life that you want to experience. Despite what you have going on, you have everything that you need. And a lot of times, that's one of the most important things that you need to know, because so many people don't even understand that they have the tools that they need. And it's all about understanding what you have and understanding what you need to do in order to have the changes and the results that you want. So in this video, I'm gonna give you 6 keys to actually feel better about your life and to actually have the feeling that you wanna have, that you have the life that you actually wanna live. So we're gonna get right into it. And if this video adds value to you, I wanna make sure to remind you to make sure you like, subscribe, and if this resonates with you, share this to somebody that you know that's struggling as well, so that we can help as many people as we can turn this thing around and get things going. So first things first, for the first one, I wanna talk about not comparing. That's a big one. When it comes down to 6 things to feeling better out of your life, that's one of the big ones, because so many people get caught up in looking around and you seeing what other people have going on, whether it's your friends, your peers, your siblings, or people that you see on social media. And so many times we see other people have things going on, or they're in a season of winning and they have good things that's coming to them, and you looking at your life and it's like, damn, I don't have that, or damn, I'm in this place, and now you feeling less than a person. Now you feeling shitty. Now you feeling all of these negative emotions, because in a nutshell, you don't feel like you're enough. You don't feel like you're doing enough. You feel like you're struggling. You feel like you're behind. And at the end of the day, you can't do that. And I understand everything is set up to make us do that, but there is nothing to compare yourself to. At the end of the day, if whoever's watching this video, you are one of one, meaning there is, out of over 8 billion people, there is no other person that has your same fingerprint, that has your same identity, that has your same DNA, that has your same talents, that has your same perspective and experiences, that has your same family, that has your same life journey and, visions and passions, all of these different things. Nobody is a direct replica. You are one of one. So in reality, there's nothing to compare yourself to. And when you understand that, you can look around and see other people doing things or having things that's going on in their life, and you don't have to feel less than because the same thing that's going on with their life isn't happening to you, or the wins or the experiences that they're experiencing isn't happening to you. They're on a completely different life journey. Like, that would be no different than you looking at the highway and you see all of these different cars. You know what I'm saying? And all of these cars are on the highway, on the interstate, if you've ever driven on the interstate, but they're all going to a different destination. 99% of the time, you look at all those cars and they're all going to a completely different place because they're on a different GPS, a different route. Well, your life is on a different GPS and on a different route. And when you understand that, it's like, you know what? Even if I'm not where I want to be, even if I don't have what it is that I want, that doesn't mean I'm behind. This is just a part of the journey, a part of the route to get me to my ultimate destination. And when you understand that, no matter how fucked up shit is that you're dealing with, or how low you feel, or how behind you feel, you'll understand this is all just a part of the process. It's all a part of the journey. Just like you think about detours, just because you have detours or you have delays, or you may get a flat tire or some other thing going on, that doesn't change the destination. It may change the time, it may change the direction that you go to get there, but the destination is still the same. So when you understand this and make that mindset shift, you carry so much more peace. And when things are going on, you can be like, you know what, I'm good. So that's the first thing. Number two, the second thing to feel better about your life is self-care. So many people have limiting beliefs. You have a negative mindset around success, around the things that you want, whether it's money, lifestyle, relationship, believing in yourself, having confidence, all of these different things. And a lot of times what I see happens, and it happened to me and was a very difficult process of learning, is you start out and you're not really good, or you in the beginning process of making changes, and you may do some things right, and then you find yourself reverting back to the old way of thinking, or you start thinking negative thoughts that you're not good enough, and all of these negative thoughts and emotions just come up out of nowhere and just hit you like a wave. Well, that's an understanding that you have to practice self-care, meaning you have to feed yourself the thoughts and the encouragement, all of these different things, just like a baby. Like, case in point, I always give the analogy that when you get to those points where you feeling doubt, you feeling shame, you feeling like you're not enough, all of those things, that's like a version of you crying. Just like how a baby, if any of you all have dealt with babies, when they need something, they're gonna cry. They're gonna let you know when they're hungry, when they need to be changed, when something's going on. There is a signal that, okay, there needs to be intentional care that's placed right now. So for you, when those things happen, that's just a sign that you need to stop and you need to speak to yourself like, you know what, bro or sis, you are a winner. You are gonna make it. Just because you haven't done this yet, or you haven't done this before, doesn't mean that you can't do it. You know what? You have talents and gifts that people are looking for and that they need. You are valuable to somebody. Somebody, when it comes down to relationships, is looking for the exact type of person that you are and what you bring to the table. All of these different things that I'm sharing, these are things that I had to start doing to myself. You're feeding yourself and you're feeding your self-esteem. When you do those things and you really speak to yourself, all you're doing is just feeding life into yourself. And as you do those things, if you're anything like me, you start noticing your shoulders just relax and just become less tense. You able to just, and you just get that feeling like, you know what? I am enough. I'm gonna be okay. And that's what you do, is being intentional about feeding yourself when you get to those points where you feeling less than a person. Self-care is something that we've never really been taught about, caring for ourselves as if we're somebody that we're responsible of making sure that they have everything that they need. Just like a baby. Like, if you're learning how to build your self-esteem, how you see yourself, your self-worth, you're essentially a baby. Like how a baby has a lot of needs, you have to be very intentional, especially early on. It's the same thing. And over time, as you get used to doing this thing over months, over years, it's just like growing, where as time goes along, you built the person up where they may not need those things all the time, where, you know what, every so often, when they need food, just like you look at a teenager or an adult, we go eat whenever we need to eat. We don't have to cry out and have these negative things to get an attention. But when you have those negative feelings, those fucked up feelings, all that is a cry. Look, I need you. There's things that I need right now. And that's what self-care is. So I promise, if you start implementing these things in your everyday life, there's no doubt about it that you're going to start feeling better about yourself. Number three, the third thing is working on your fitness. This is a big one. I got sick and couldn't work out for like 2 years. Like, I literally physically was not completely immobile, but close enough to it, having a lot of health issues and a lot of health concerns that came along with a chronic diagnosis that I got diagnosed with. And it was bad. Like, there were days I was just laying in my bed. I wasn't going out. I wasn't doing anything. And I didn't even realize until I forced myself, technically before I was advised to go back to working out, I did it because it's like, I knew something internally was telling me, bruh, you have got to move your body. Like, for your well-being, you have got to get in and start working on yourself. And this was before I really got on a wave of really being a gym rat and just on a day-in basis, day-out basis, working on my physique. I learned, like, when you work on your physique, there, like, case in point, in the last 3 years, where I've worked out practically on an everyday basis for the most part, I probably can count maybe once or twice where I went in the gym or I went to work out, whether I was in the gym or doing an at-home workout, where I went in pissed off, frustrated, feeling bad, feeling low, and I left out feeling the same way, or I didn't leave out feeling amazing. I believe that working out, moving your body is therapeutic. There's a lot of different forms of therapy. That is 1000% therapy. It's almost like you flushing out those things, those negative emotions, those negative feelings. They just get flushed when you moving your body, when you sweating and just doing things, because that's what it does. And then two, you're working on your physique. I promise you, you want to feel better about yourself, spend 30, 60 days consistently working out. And I guarantee you look in the mirror after 30 days or 60 days and you start seeing some changes. You literally see, damn, I'm literally a better version of myself. You see your body looking better. There's nobody you're going to find that isn't going to feel more confident, that's going to feel better about themselves when that happens. So getting yourself, having a lifestyle where you're working out on a regular basis, eating more clean foods that are gonna not make you feel so heavy, not make you feel so groggy, because sugar and a lot of sweets and a lot of junk food, it affects your mood. I didn't know that. As somebody who always liked pastries and cupcakes and, you know, muffins and cheesecake and a whole bunch of other stuff, a lot of those things, they may taste good, but they don't make your body really feel good because it's not feeding your body the things that give you high energy. So when you do those things, working out regularly and adding things into your everyday diet that actually give you more energy, you're gonna feel better about yourself. That's the third thing, and I want you to understand. So these are things you gotta start doing, and it's not gonna happen overnight. I wanna throw that in there. These are things that it's almost like cleaning a house. If you haven't been doing these things and you watch this video and it's like, yo, this makes a lot of sense, this is what I need to do, don't expect to get this thing all in one go. Especially if you've had years, decades of doing things the old way. It's like trying to clean up a house. You're not gonna clean up a house, a messy house, in one wave, all at one time. You take one room at a time, one section of a room at a time, you clean that area, you work your way through, you clean up that room, and once you got everything clean, you move to the next thing, and it's just a gradual process. So understand, this is going to take time making the shift. You've had a lot of days doing things the old way, so you're gonna need at a bare minimum, equal the amount of time to undo the things that you've been doing for a long time. So understand that and give yourself grace and patience through this process. Number 4, the fourth thing, if you want to feel better, a lot of folks don't have the dating life and the relationship that you want. Develop a relationship with yourself. Anything that you want out of a partner outside of sex, because obviously you can't give that to yourself unless you pleasure yourself, but that's not the same thing. You have to give yourself all of the things that you would want from a partner. If you want a partner that's gonna love you and respect you, you better make sure that you have a high level of love and respect for yourself, because they're gonna just mirror and match your energy with how you treat yourself. If you want a partner that's gonna be encouraged, encouraging and supporting of you, then you better make sure that you're encouraging yourself, that you support you. You're a big cheerleader for yourself, and you doing these things for yourself. That way, a girl is gonna come in and she's just gonna match your own energy. You better feel like you somebody and that you bring value and that you valuable. Because if you don't, she's just gonna come in and she's gonna be able to feel that energy. Or for the ladies, vice versa. If it's a guy, they're just gonna come in, they're gonna feel that energy like something isn't right. Like they're gonna have question marks. Why don't they think that way about themselves? Why don't they see themselves as valuable? And they're gonna start questioning your value because you question your value and you don't see yourself as valuable. They're just matching your energy. So a lot of you all, I see it so much on TikTok, Instagram, and in real life where people point fingers at this person didn't do this or this person didn't do that and all of this and that and all the finger pointing. And at the end of the day, relationships are reflective, fam. All a relationship is going to do is mirror who you are. So you looking at somebody and you really need to be looking at yourself, because all they're doing is doing what you do. That's it. So the minute you change what you do in your relationship towards yourself, then which is how you relate with yourself, how you understand yourself, how you coexist with yourself. When you change that relationship with yourself, then somebody else is gonna come in and they're gonna reflect the same way how you relate to yourself. So if you wanna feel better, start giving yourself the things that you actually would want out of a good relationship. You're the most important relationship that you're gonna have, the one that you have with yourself. Why do I say that? Because you're the only person that's gonna spend every single day, every single hour, every single minute, every single second of your life with you. Guaranteed. Your parents, your siblings, your friends, your peers, your significant other, your kids, whoever else, nobody's guaranteed to be with you from day one to the very last day of your life, but you are. So that relationship is vital. Make sure you're starting to do the things that you need to do. And if you like watching this and it's like, okay, well, how do I do that? For one, make sure you subscribe, because I drop value every single week, every single day on this platform. And on Thursdays, I do a Therapy Thursday where I talk about things along those lines, so you can get the value that you need to give you steps so that you can make these changes in your life. And if you're really looking for help and a lot of this is resonating with you, I want to let you know that I created a program and a community for people that are looking to clean up and improve their lives, a self-development space where if you're looking to level up physically, emotionally, with your confidence, your self-esteem, your lifestyle, money, whatever it is, then I've got that space to help you to build what it is that you need so that you can have the results that you want out of your life. If that resonates with you, there's gonna be a link in the description. Click that link. You can send me a message over on Instagram or email me and we can have a conversation. And if it resonates with you, I'll see you on the inside. And I also offer one-on-one coaching as well. If you looking at this and it's like, man, I need somebody to work with and to really slow up and help me through this process and work with me one-on-one, I do offer one-on-one coaching services as well. The same process. Click that link in the description, send me a DM or email me, and we can have a conversation to see if it's a good fit. And if so, I'm looking forward to working with you and helping you to change your life. So getting back to the message, cleaning up your life is so important to implement these things that you're gonna have to do if you wanna feel better about your life. It's not easy, but it is quite simple. So let's keep this thing moving. Number 5, you have got to get to a point of trusting. If a lot of people, we don't have peace, we don't feel good in our lives because we constantly worry about if we're gonna be okay, if things are gonna work out, if we are enough, if we're gonna have enough, if we're gonna be enough, if we are enough to have the worth to have the things that we want out of our life, if we're doing enough to be validated to social media, our parents, our family, our friends, our peers, all of these things. And if we are enough to those people or significant other or whatever the case is. And at the end of the day, we were never supposed to worry about those things. All worry is a lack of trust. And this was one of my biggest chief struggles. I am still working through this today, fam, because like I told you all earlier, it's all about cleaning up that room, and you're not gonna get it all in one go. I had so much trust issues, fam. It was really a struggle for me to get to a point of learning that, you know what, I'm gonna be okay no matter what this looks like. You can choose to do one or the other. You can either trust or you can worry, but you can't do both. You literally can't do both. You can do one or the other. And the thing is, nobody has a gun to your head forcing you to worry. It's a choice that you make. And if you're wondering, well, how do I trust more? One of the easiest and the simplest ways to do that is to look over your life. If you're old enough, you had at least bare minimum one scenario in your life in the past where you had a situation where you had no clue how that shit was gonna work out. You didn't know what was gonna happen. You were in uncharted territory, and you made it through. You may not have known at that time how things were gonna work out for you, but somehow, damn, that shit really worked out. That is supposed to be evidence to show you, look, you've been here before. It may not be the same situation, but you've been here before. Just like how you got through that one, and you didn't know when or how it was gonna work out, this is no different. You're gonna get through it at some point. So you gotta learn how to trust that you're in good hands. Like I told you before, your life has a destination. It's already been planned out, picked out. And just because you're in a tough season, you taking L's, you got things going on, there's things about yourself that you don't like, or whatever the case is, all of those things are there by design. It's all a part of the process. But your life journey, for you to learn the things that you need to learn to get to where you're trying to go in your life. So once you learn how to trust and just take your hands off the wheel and trust that, you know what, I'm in good hands, you carry more peace in your life. And it's so important because it's better that way. It's how it's supposed to be. So that's what it is. And the last one, number 6, you have got to be utilizing your passions and your gifts. So many people are frustrated because you don't have the money that you want, you don't have the experiences you want, you don't have the lifestyle that you want. You're not making the money that you feel like you need, and you work in a job or you have some occupation that if money and time wasn't a factor, you would not be doing. You just simply do that for a paycheck. You have to understand that your gifts and your talents were not just given for you just to have them. A lot of people, if you sing, or you're creative, or you can cook, or you great with building stuff, or you funny, or you a science whiz, or you a math geek, or you know what, you really good with fixing things. You know what I'm saying? You great with fashion sense. Some people, they're great with braiding hair, styling hairs. Some people are great musicians, can sing. Some people, they're naturally gifted as far as athletics. Some people can fish, can hunt. Y'all see, I can be here all day. There's no limits on as far as talents and gifts, and everybody has something. Bare minimum, one thing. You didn't have those things for no reason. Those things were designed for you to use to create value to people. There are people looking for whatever talent, whatever gift that you have. There are people looking for it that need somebody that for whatever it is that you do. There's a lot of people. You are supposed to take your gifts, use that as to provide a service to people. And when you provide a service to people with what it is that they need, and they gain value from your gifts, your talent, whatever it is that you do, they're going to exchange something back in before. Nowadays, a lot of times it's typically money. How it used to be was, it was things. You may have somebody who was a great cook, and you know what, they may need something with their home fixed. They go to a carpenter or somebody that works on homes and fixes homes. They get them to fix their home, and it's like, okay, I'll cook you a certain amount of pies, or I'll give you free lunch for a span of time until whatever they feel like the value was worth, they're gonna exchange it. That's how we used to exchange things, through talents, through value. So if you want to make more money, you want to be happier and have a better lifestyle, then do what you love doing. Do the things that you were here to do. It already came built in. Like, I don't see a bird that has to try and go swim. They were built to fly. Fish isn't out there trying to fly or dig and, you know what I'm saying, slither or whatever the case is. They're built to swim. Everything already comes built in to do what it does. So your gifts and your talents is already built in for you to use to create value to the world and to society. You do that, and you do that a long time, you do that long enough, and what's gonna happen is you're gonna feel better, you're gonna feel more inspired, more fired up in life, because you're actually doing something that you love doing and that's natural to you. And you're gonna make a lot of money because you're providing value to people. That's what it is. So that's the 6 things that is gonna change your life. Again, if you understand, fam, where you going, what you do in your life is 100% all on you, fam. And life is just a mirror, like I told you. It's reflecting what it sees, and it's just giving you who you are, what you do, what you say, what you think, what you believe. When you change those things, you will feel better about your life. So again, if this brought value, make sure you like, subscribe, share this to somebody that needs this help. And if you need help and you're looking for coaching, or you need a community or a space, again, click that link. And I love y'all from the bottom of my heart. And understand, where you go is all on you. And until next time, peace and love.